It's very rare to have an NBA coach call out his players like Redick did last night after getting beaten so badly by the Houston Rockets.
Because we don't care enough right now. That's the part that bothers you a lot. We don't care enough to do the things that are necessary. We don't care enough to be a professional.
After a good start to the season, the Lakers' defense has deteriorated and left them on a 3-game losing streak and 6 losses in 10 games. And he didn't just go scorched earth on his players last night, he had some choice words after the game before in Phoenix.
Does this group have enough, as currently constructive guys, who just play that way? And
no.
And it wasn't like there were tons of clips of the Lakers screwing up complicated things like defensive rotations on the fly or scram switching mismatches out of the paint. Redick wasted no time in his interview laying out what they were emphasizing is pretty simple.
Yeah, the two words of the day were effort and execution. And, I feel like when we've done both of those things at a high level, we've been a good basketball team. When we haven't, we're a terrible basketball team. And tonight we were a terrible basketball team. And that started legitimately right away.
Off the turnover, the team actually did a good job to get back in position and prevent an easy score, right up to the point where Reaves glitches in the corner, loses his man behind him, and you might hear me say backdoor cut a lot today. Reaves continued to slumber as he's got to know how tough Tari Eason is defensively. Instead, he tosses a dying quail of a pass that gets deflected, leaves Luka sitting on his wallet while the tone is officially set. The Lakers were in the giving mood on Christmas, giving the Rockets a whopping 17 offensive boards, and this isn't an execution thing as much as straight desire. LeBron wants to snatch the rebound with one hand, but Amen Thompson just swipes it away and gets an easy putback in front of Luka. Let's watch Luka on this whole possession as he gets back okay and Reaves lets him know he's guarding Jabari Smith. It would help if he knew where the ball was and not pirouetting around, making him way late to the contest of an open 3 that started a big run in the first. After a made basket, there shouldn't be too many issues with cross matches, and with Luka and LeBron trotting backwards to the corners, it left DeAndre Ayton to guard Amen Thompson pushing the ball up fast. I think Rui should have recognized this earlier, as Ayton is pointing to the ball, desperate for someone more mobile to pick it up, but that doesn't happen, and Ayton does a commendable job to stay in front and force Thompson to pass the ball, but Rui loses sight of ball and man, gets beat back door, and once KD catches the ball here, it's essentially over. No way to stop him. In Phoenix, JJ got very specific on certain plays, which we can dive into.
We tried zone. They got a layup and an open 3. I don't know why we were guarding Mark Williams at the 3-point line when they got the 3. And
this is even more rare to have a coach call out players for very specific defensive miscues. So let's see who he's talking about. Here's Reaves calling out their zone, which appears to be a 1-3-1. There's some confusion from Nick Smith about who should pick up the ball. And then here's where JJ was upset, that they were guarding a big man with no perimeter skills at the 3-point line. What JJ wanted was for Ayton to guard Williams out top and Smith to get over the wing early. Instead, he's way late getting to the shooter and giving up an easy look.
Didn't get the ball iced in pick and roll on the second possession of the zone. They got middle, didn't go under to get a layup.
So this one didn't unfold exactly how he described. This just doesn't look like zone to me. But they do yell out ice to keep the ball handler along the sideline, not in the middle. And Reaves gets into position, but it's too far behind Booker, allowing him to gallop in front and get into the middle. Williams is screening Ayton off and somehow Reaves too. And this wasn't a layup, but giving Booker a wide open 14-footer would probably seem like a layup to Redick.
Zone didn't work, and then we went to a 15 in the second half, 1-5 switching, that didn't work. So at that point, you're out of options.
Cutting was a real problem for the Lakers. We can hear the coaching staff yelling up, up, up to Jackson Hayes to step up to the good shooting Gillespie.
On the road, especially the good.
But that means Vanderbilt must switch completely and stay with the screener. The Suns were ruthless. LeBron gets beat, but the dribbler doesn't see it, and the offense flows into a ball screen. They switch, and now the Suns take advantage of the mismatch on the block. Ayton doesn't get beat off the dribble, so why is Nick Smith stepping up to help off his man who was in the dunker spot to begin with? In transition, this shouldn't happen, but LaRavia doesn't realize who he's guarding until it's too late, leading to an easy dunk, and the lead began to really grow from here. Ayton's drop off this pick and roll is so deep, it almost looks like they're playing zone, but Reaves allows his man to not even cut, just walk to a spot in the block for an easy pass and easy reverse. And then in the third, Vanderbilt is caught ball watching Booker. This was crazy, as Booker is so surprised at his good fortune that he even waits 3 seconds before slipping to the hoop for another reverse layup, and the game is over. This is now the part of the video where we stop looking at the role players and wrap our heads around the fact that JJ is also talking about his stars, the guys who probably won't get their minutes cut but need to do some soul searching. This comes down to communication, whether JJ can get through to LeBron, Luka, and Reaves, and can they, in turn, communicate a lot better on the court, which is the key to any good defense, and also the key to the kind of great communication you'll get with today's sponsor, Mint Mobile. You're able to sign up for Mint Mobile as easily as Lakers opponents are scoring on them at the rim. Their opponents are very versatile with their scoring methods against this defense, and Mint Mobile is the same way by letting you switch your existing phone to their coverage with an eSIM that takes minutes to set up, or choose from the latest phones from their online store. All plans include unlimited talk and text in the nation's largest 5G network, and they offer plans that come in 3, 6, and 12-month durations. The more months you buy up front, the more you save. And for a limited time this holiday season, you can get 50% off an unlimited premium wireless plan from Mint. Lock in Mint's lowest price of the year and pay just $15 a month for a 3, 6, or 12-month plan. Mint Mobile, the only thing more reliable than knowing LeBron is going to give up multiple buckets a game. Let's first acknowledge that LeBron has the highest IQ of any player in the league, so it makes it even more astounding to see a play like this, where he has to step inside Steven Adams but then spin around him to be on the wrong side, allowing an easy bounce pass for the layup. This one might have been caused because of his high IQ, where he was thinking 2 steps ahead, but when the ball is clearly not stolen by a teammate, it leaves us staring at a guy who leaked out way too early and let the guy he was in charge of guarding a free run to the rim for the tip-in. The offensive rebounds killed them all night, but stuff happens as the ball gets batted out, and LeBron simply needs to know there is a rocket next to him under the basket and he cannot vacate the area as KD hits the wide open eSIM for the layup. It's also a little unfair to criticize LeBron for some of these things because he's been playing at such a high level for so long. It's natural for there to be physical drop-off, but teams are going to target him, as Brooks does on his fake spin and then drive without any help from Ayton like he should have. And on this closeout, kudos for him exerting the energy to get out there, but if Royce O'Neal is going to get by you, then be prepared for this to happen quite a lot the rest of the season, as Ayton must help over and neither Smart nor LaRavia sink and fill as part of the proper defensive rotation. Aside from Luka constantly talking to the refs, which we see here despite good defense by KD on his contest, he gets spun around a little before the closeout and then did a great job to cut Easton off. But why does he just give up and go for the reach around? This type of penetration into the lane is almost impossible to stop, even for the best defensive teams. On this fast break, it should be clear that Luka has to pick up the ball, and yet he just keeps backing up deep into the paint, allowing the finger roll at point-blank range. And the Lakers' opponents will have their pick of who they want to target in the pick and roll, as the Rockets specifically bring Luka up into the action, and Amen just blows by him like a statue on his way to the nice lefty layup. He constantly reaches in hoping for steals, and while it does work from time to time, it can also leave him way out of position and then no hustle to try to recover as Reed Shepherd does his patented midi pull-up. He's targeted again by Thompson, and this time does a good job to cut him off and force the pass. But then he assumes Şengün is going to shoot it, ignoring Amen and praying he won't make a wide-open 14-footer in the lane. So the question is, what is JJ's goal? If he wants his players to play harder and smarter on defense, is lighting them up in public the best way to achieve it? And questioning whether they care is a tough one, since I find it hard to believe his guys don't want to succeed, which is why finishing his press conference with this soundbite was head-scratching.
Guys will say they want to win. The care factor to me is like, do I care enough to actually do what I'm supposed to do and just do it consistently? And that's really what the championship habits are, and that's what we don't have right now.